Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mrs. Freeman's Music Classroom. Today we're going to learn all about ukuleles. Are you guys ready to learn about the great instrument, the ukulele? Well, today I have not just one, not two, not three, but 4 ukuleles with me. Let's get started. Here I have a fun little toy ukulele. Isn't this great? How many strings does the toy ukulele have? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 strings. It's different than a guitar. A guitar has 6 strings, but the ukulele only has 4. Let's take a look at what this is made of. Can you hear that? That's right. This ukulele is made of plastic. That's because it's just a toy ukulele, and it's much smaller than a regular ukulele. All of the backside is all plastic, the pegs are plastic, even the body of the instrument itself is all plastic. Now, since this is a toy, we might think, well, we can't really play a melody with it. But let me tell you something, you actually can. And I've got a fun tool here that's going to help us figure out if this is in tune. This little tool right here is called a tuner. If I clip this tuner onto the top of the ukulele, right here, if I pluck the strings, it will sense the vibration and tell me what letter name this is playing. So, I'll turn the ukulele on, or I'm sorry, I'll turn on the tuner, and we can see that it has a little red dot. That red dot tells me that it's on. Now, let's try this. Did you see that light up? The letter that it's trying to play is G. So, if the light lights up all green in the middle, then that means it's in tune. Right now, the lights are a little bit underneath. So, if I turn the peg just a little bit, I can tune it up. Did you see that? We had a green light and a double red light. That means it's in tune. So that letter is G. The next one we should have is C. Did you notice how I had to go up and down with the peg? If I pluck the string, and it's not quite right, I twist the peg just a little bit, and I wait till it goes bright green and then gives me the double red dot. There we go. Next one should be E. There we go, and A. Here we are. So the letter names are G, C, E, A. If I play G, C, E, A, and it can sing back to me those same notes, we know it's in tune. Let's listen. Yes, G, C, E, A. A really fun way to remember if it is in tune is by saying this silly little sentence. It goes, my dog has fleas. Pretty crazy. Let's see if the ukulele sings to us by playing my dog has fleas. Yes, it does match. So now that we know that it sings, my dog has fleas, let's try to play a little song with it. Ready? That's okay. It's kind of in tune. It's trying to play a little chord. Can we hear how it's trying to play this little chord? Pluck, 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 pluck. And then the next one, pluck, pluck, pluck. But the truth is, this is still just a toy, so it's not going to be absolutely a beautiful sound, but it is a very fun thing to play with. You can still learn how to strum the keys, you can learn how to hold the ukulele properly, and you can press down on the strings. You can also tune it. So it's a really great way to start practicing. But if you want a real ukulele, let's try something different. Right here, I have what is called a student ukulele. This ukulele is not plastic. It is made of wood. And the outside is all painted. Isn't that a fun color? It's all green. Not only is this wood, but they've also added metal to the backs of the pegs. That is going to let it last quite a bit longer than just a plain old plastic ukulele. So let's tune this one. I'm going to use my same tuner. We clip it on here and it's going to test the vibrations of each string as I pluck it. Let's see if it sings back to us. So the first note we need is G. Double dot, good. Perfect, that's C. Next is E. Bring it down a bit. Perfect, G, C, E, and last one is A. Good. Let's see if this sings, "My dog has fleas." It sure does. All right, let's try this one out and see what chords this can play. Very, very good. You notice that this one sounds quite a bit better than the toy ukulele. So the student ukulele has a nice tone. It is also quite a bit larger than the toy ukulele, isn't it? Take a look at the difference in size. The neck here on this student ukulele is much longer. That's because it is meant for student hands to be able to play. The toy ukulele, the neck on the toy ukulele is much smaller, and that's so a young child can hold on to it and they wouldn't accidentally drop it. They can hold on to a smaller one better. But the larger student ukulele size is perfect for anyone just learning to play the ukulele for the first time. Now let's upgrade to something a little bit fancier. Right here is my soprano ukulele. If you take a look at the soprano ukulele, you can see it is a much darker wood than the last one. This one is all made out of maple wood, the same exact type of tree that, say, maple syrup comes from. You could make a ukulele. Isn't that fun? So a maple ukulele is a much harder type of wood. So the sound, when I pluck the strings, the sound is going to bounce around in there and more of that sound is going to come out. If more sound is going to come out, do you think that the sound will be louder or softer? Let's try it. Let's see. All right, we're going to tune it. We're going to start with G, C, the great thing about these particular type of ukuleles is the fact that I don't have to tune them as often. Since this is a higher quality ukulele, the strings are not going to get as loose as often. So I don't have to tune it quite as many times as I would a student ukulele. So let's see if it sings to us. Are we ready? My dog has fleas. Absolutely. Do you hear the difference? Let's see how nice and strong this one is. That is a gorgeous sound. The soprano ukulele has a much brighter tone than the student ukulele, and that is because of the hard wood. It's going to have a very different tone. Plus, it's small, so the higher sound is going to come out of the smaller sized instrument. Let's take a closer look at it. Can you see the decoration around the outside of the hole there? That to me looks like a really cool Hawaiian decoration around it. That to me looks like Maui's tattooing of the sun. Then if we look at the back of it, you can see here that there are metal pegs. There's a little bit of plastic, but not much. And then on the front of it, if we look really, really close, do you see all those triangles there? Those are all made out of mother of pearl. So we've got a little bit more decoration on the frets. We've got more decoration around here, and the whole thing is made of a much more solid wood. So this is the soprano ukulele. Let's look at the difference in size between these two. Here's the student ukulele, and here's the soprano ukulele. They are very, very close in the same size, and the neck is very, very close to the same size on both of them. The main difference is the type of wood, which is why this has a much quieter sound than this one. So let's play a chord on each of these to see the difference between the two. Here is the student ukulele and the soprano. Pretty close sound. I will show you something in just a little bit that will show you a big difference between them. But let's move on. Let's upgrade. Here we have an even larger ukulele. Look how cool this one is. American flag all over it. That's why I got it. It's pretty amazing looking. This one is also made of maple, but the front is painted. This also has plastic ends on the pegs, but they are metal there. This doesn't have as much decoration. It has little dots, but most of the decoration is because of the paint job. Now this one, see how it's much larger? This one is much larger. Here is my soprano ukulele, and here is the concert ukulele. Concert ukuleles are larger than soprano ukuleles. Since a concert ukulele is larger than a soprano ukulele, do you think that the sound will be louder or softer? Do you think the tone will be darker or brighter? Let's test it out. First of all, let's get the tuner and clip it onto the top. Now, we have to test and see if it's in tune. G, C, E, A. Those are the notes we're looking for. All right, let's try it out. First we start with G. Ooh, little flat. Let's tune it up a bit. Here we go. C. C. Ooh, that is quite flat. Let's go up to E. And last is A. Okay, that one had to be tuned quite a bit because it sat out all night and I had not tuned it. So every time you play ukulele, it's a good idea to tune it. Otherwise, your chords will sound terrible. All right, let's try it out. Now that it's in tune, let's see if it sings to us. My dog has fleas. Yes, and we we can already tell a difference between this one and the soprano. Let's try with the chords and see. This one is a little bit easier to hold because it's larger, so it sits against your body a little bit more comfortably. But do we notice the sound difference? Let's take the tuner off. I want you to listen to the chord that I play on the concert ukulele and then the chord that I play on the soprano ukulele, and I want you to see what the difference is. I wasn't pushing any harder. Which one of these was louder? The soprano ukulele was much louder. Which one had a darker tone color? The concert ukulele. The soprano ukulele has a very bright tone. The concert ukulele has a very dark tone. Since the concert ukulele is larger, the vibrations are going to slow down a little bit after they're bouncing around in that instrument before they pop out into our ears so we can hear it. So it is actually going to sound a little quieter than the soprano. All right. Now, I told you I had one more thing to show you guys. Something super amazing, something super duper awesome that's going to change the sound of every one of these instruments. Are you guys ready for it? What am I holding here? This, ladies and gentlemen, is not a guitar pick. It is a special ukulele pick. A guitar pick is made of plastic, and a ukulele pick is made of foam. Do you see how chunky that is? It's much larger than a guitar pick. It is thicker, but it also is very bendy. And that's because it is going to be very soft on the strings, just like my thumb would be. But the sound is going to change. If I were to use a guitar pick made of plastic on any of the ukulele strings, it would tear them up, it would break them. So we are going to use the special foam ukulele pick, and I'm going to start backwards. We're going to start with the largest one first, and we're going to start here with the concert. Now listen to the sound difference with my thumb first and then the pick. Big difference, isn't it? It had a nice soft round sound with my thumb, but then the pick was able to pluck out every one of those string noises. So we were able to hear every single string in the chord. All right, let's try the soprano ukulele. Thumb first. Brighter, and we could hear every single string. All right, now let's try it with the student ukulele. Starting with my thumb. Now the pick. Notice the difference? This one is still quite a bit quieter than the other two. Now for the extra fun one. Let's get the little bitty toy out and see what that sounds like. Here's my thumb. Now let's try with the pick. I hope I don't drop it. Let's try a better instrument. Let's go back to the concert one. You guys ready? Thanks so much much for joining me today, ladies and gentlemen. It was so nice to see you here in Mrs. Freeman's music classroom. Come back again for more music fun. I'll see you soon.